What's up, everybody? It's your boy CJ back in with another story from my past. Today's video is truly the final episode about my ex-girlfriend when we was in 8th grade. Because if you guys want to actually go back and check out those episodes, it's episode 105 to 108. The title is if you go to the episode, you'll see the title. But it's titled 8th grade crush part 1 and all the way to part 4. And part 4 basically ends off where we're in 9th grade, where it could have been a possibility that we could have got back together, but for me, I guess it was this whole I'm gonna test you and see if you're worthy. And like, well, if and it's kind of like if I was worthy, it would have been more like well, because basically it was a test, but I was being tested to see if we're worthy to get back together. But she's like technically. She never told me about this. My friend told me about it, and so it was hard for me to believe it. So I was like, you know what, I don't care no more. You know what I'm saying? We can be friends. We still cool to this day. We don't really talk, but there's no ill will. I have nothing against her. We still cool. But that's besides the point. Basically, after that, I still kind of showed that I still like her even after that, because of the fact that I tend to go to the store. You know how you buy candy and stuff like that. I bought gum. It was mainly Trident. I had like all different types of. I kept buying different flavors of Trident. I even bought the little 3 9-layer things. It used to be like I think it was like cherry, blueberry, and maybe even strawberry. Oh no, grape. It was like grape, blueberry, and cherry, or at least strawberry, cherry or strawberry. And it mainly was the grape orange. It was different. It was basically 15 little 9-layers. It was 3 different No, actually, it wasn't 15. It probably was like 18. But it was basically 3 packs. And it was 3 different flavors of 9-layers. I always had the gum in my pocket. I always had like the candy in my pocket, and I always would mainly give her some before I dish out to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's who I was. I was a nice person. I'd be like, you know what? You want some gum? Give her some gum. There you go. And then if anyone was like, hey, where you got that gum from? She'd be like, Corey, let me get some gum. I'm like, fine, here you go. You know what I'm saying? They come to candy. I'm like, you want some candy? Here you go. But 2 pieces right here. Then you dishing them out like that stuff. And this man was doing lunch, because me and her, we never had a class together. But it was during during lunch, and it was all definitely not great because of the fact that well to prove that it was not great, to the fact that actually it's hard for me to explain this, but I do remember it was 9th grade. Oh yeah, because of the fact that I mainly because here it is. Our lunchroom was divided. Basically, you got this side and you got this side. We can sit on either side. But I think mainly they told us to sit on this side, I think. I don't know for sure. No, never mind. It's different. Because lunchroom, we can sit anywhere else. We can sit wherever we want. But 9th grade, I mainly sat on the left side. And then by 10th grade and on, I mainly sat on the right side. So yeah, I kept, gave her the gum, gave her the candy. I always wanted to sit by her, no matter what. Because basically, I really didn't eat. Yeah, during that time, I really didn't eat lunch like that, but I still went to lunch. And so I always sat down and just chilled. And then whenever she, and I think basically, here it is. Let's say I do get my lunch, and she's already sitting down. I'll rush and sit by. Not like rush, but I will always want to sit right by, no matter what. Usually, and then usually if I don't, it'll be like, hey, Corey, scoot over. I'm like, fine. I have to scoot over, and it's kind of awkward type of thing, because it's like for me, I guess I still have feelings for her, so that's why I always want to sit by her. I always gave her stuff because that's who I. Well, naturally, I'm a naturally gifting person, a nice person, but when it came always sitting by her, you can see yeah, Corey, you still had feelings for her. Then basically after that, I'm also before I get to the final part of the story, I always took everybody's tray. I mainly took her tray, and then it'll be eventually being that everybody stack the trays on. But it was actually one part where because basically how they had the table, they split them off. So basically it was this row, and it was this row. And so it got to the point where you know what, I'm not gonna. I was I'm not gonna sit by my friends no more for some reason, and I sat with my other friends. And so she'll be like, hey, you gonna take my tray? And I was like, really? And I didn't shake my head. No, I didn't say anything. I was just like. You know what I'm saying? Because by my expression, she saw that he was like, you know what, he ain't gonna take my tray no more. And I don't know what made me like that, but it just got to the point I was like, I was like, I ain't about to do that and just chill and stay, sat and chill with my friends. And so, besides all that, after all that, we got to 10th grade, and she was moving to, I can't remember. I don't want to say Atlanta because that's still in Georgia. But I think she either moved out of state or she probably did move to Atlanta. But I know she moved, and it was like, I'm gonna miss you. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know she was moving until everybody was like, oh, you moving? I was like, oh, you moving? Okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was one part that and this actually was to the point because because we was a couple in 8th grade, but it wasn't a full on. I didn't I was not able to experience the full relationship with her and me, holding hands and that type of stuff because we never had the same classes together and we was rarely in the same I can't say room, but in the same area together. You know what I'm saying? If we were outside or actually in the classroom, we was rarely in that same area together. And so she had it was one of her friends that I think she was talking with him, and then old dude was like, "Hey, Corey, y'all used to go together?" And I was like, I mean, and for me, it surprised me because of the fact that she knew that we were a couple. It was a certain type of relationship. You know, it wasn't that full on. Oh, lovey. No, this is where we're interacting with each other. So we still wrote notes and that type of stuff. So that's how it was still a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, eventually she moved, and that was kind of it. And I mean, for me, it's like you talking about my feelings after she moved. After she moved and stuff like that, my feelings for her, as liking her, kind of went away, and it was just like just friends. You know what I'm saying? She went her step away. I'm doing my thing, and that's it. We're still cool to this day, but we don't talk. But I have nothing against her. Still cool, still friends. So that's it. So yeah, this is actually the final episode. This is like truly the final episode. I guess you could say the 4-part series. But I mean, for me, I forgot about all this stuff. So I mean, I don't know if I want to technically include it in the series, but I want to include it in this like own episode. Being this is kind of like this, kind of like you got the 4-part episode and the 105 to 108. But this is like episode, I think 123, I believe. So, and it's kind of like it's still part of that, but it's a whole different. It's not directly in this trilogy. But hey, it doesn't really matter. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.